Oh my god. Build it. Build it with your lives.
Oh shit. It was 2v2. We were... I'm dead, man.
There's only one way we're gonna win this.
Welcome back, folks. It's Alpaca Thunder here. We got Juan here as the Franks. And I got the Britons there. That's Philippe Star over there. And as you can see, we're doing 2v3 Extreme AI in the Golden Pit. I'm ready.
Because you know what they say, actually what they say, it's not just a game. It's just not the game. I don't know. DMX?
What?
You think it's a game?
It's just not a game. Did I do that right?
Wait, let me make sure I get my chapstick. My lips want to be... Yes, they are moist.
Bulgarians, Huns, Ethiopians. Okay.
Prêt, Bastissot.
Ah, cows. The worst.
Keyer, Maro.
Prêt, Maro.
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 No! Oh. Okay.
What?
Prêt, Maro.
Keyer, Maro.
What'd you do?
Kill two
Maho.
cows.
Man, how am I supposed to win such a noob in hand? Ooh, sheep.
What a blunder.
Landoro.
I'm going to be adding some backtracking commentary here just because during the game we were a bit too focused to really have that much banter going on. But anyways, we chose the map Golden Pit because it gives us a chance to have access to gold, and assuming we can hold the middle, it takes away that access to gold that the computers might otherwise have. Like if this was Arabia, for sure I don't think we would have won, but maybe one day we'll get good enough for that. This hasn't worked for us yet, but we think we're finally at that point where we can finally get that first victory 2v3 against extreme
Maro.
computers.
Okay, Maro. Okay, fait. Bûcheron.
So the build I'm doing here, I think is it's like kind of a revised fast castle that I kind of made up. It's from an actual fast castle build. I don't remember who made the build, but like it's that typical what is it? 6 people on sheep, 4 on wood, 1 to boar, and then you have 6 more on wood as with the boar in there somewhere, 3 on gold, and basically you go to feudal when you have 28 villagers.
How you doing there?
Keyer, Verac.
We're all doing good. We're all dandy.
There you go. Start is going alright.
Going for my boar. Attack! Ramming speed.
Sorry, I'm trying to talk around our actually recorded voices. Yeah, so that would be the actual castle build. But I'm doing one where I go up to feudal at 25 villagers, which actually takes me longer to get to castle age. But it lets me build this one forward tower really early, like just in time for when the computer does their like typical skirmisher archer rush at the beginning.
Okay.
What'd you like of that?
And what I was finding was that when I did the actual castle rush, basically I just would never be ready for their initial attack. Like it's not like I would have those fast knights out in time anyways, so...
Quail.
Bastissot.
Yay.
Maro. Keyer, Bastissot. Maro.
What's happening?
Don't worry about it. Doesn't concern you. So for someone like me who doesn't necessarily know all the civs and what they're all good at individually, meaning I wouldn't know when their rushes would come or what type of rushes would come, I just kind of started doing this strategy because it felt like a good defense for no matter what they threw at me. Unless it was one of those really quick man-at-arms rushes. Those were always tough to deal with.
Châssis off. Qu'est-fait?
Ohé.
Okay, where's the others?
Oh, I lost a villager. Ah, well. whatever.
Cueillez. C'est Irak. C'est bûcheron. Prêt.
It's too focused.
Chassez-o.
That's
Café.
it.
Maho. Bûcheron. Ohé. Irak. Ohé. Livré.
Kay?
Prêt. Cueillez.
Wow, it's always crazy rewatching my own games because like it feels like while I'm playing the game I'm like really dialed in and it feels like my head is about to explode with all the choices you have to make in the game. But when I'm watching, all I see is that I didn't have a worker queued for so long, you know. Anyway, so at this point I usually start building a wood line a little bit further up, and I like to do this because it just lets me keep building that house wall up in the front, as well as I do need some workers as soon as I hit feudal to build that tower I'm going to build a little further ahead. Scout for me, sheep.
Ohé.
Qu'est-fait? Maro?
One really nice thing about a build like this is for a noob like me, like I get housed all the time, right? So because I go to feudal at 25, it is really nice that I just don't have to even worry about houses until I start going to feudal again. And usually when I go to feudal, I'll build a house and then a barracks and then another house just to kind of stay on top of all those scouts I'll be building right after. But yeah, other than that, I love the build that it really lets me just relax a bit more, you know?
Bûcheron. Bûcheron.
This is totally gonna open a hole in my wall.
Prêt. Maro?
Suppose,
Oh, il y va. Bastisseur.
Cueillez.
suppose that's okay. Alright.
Café. Cueillez. Bûcheron. Prêt. Oil. Bûcheron.
You always have to watch for those villagers getting stuck around those wood camps.
Qu'est-fait?
I'll admit my lumber camps here really aren't that balanced.
Kay?
So maybe I'll take a chance here to talk about Alpaca Thunder before everything kind of goes crazy. So if you're into movie reviews, let's plays, obviously we do Age of Empires here, then definitely subscribe to the channel. If it's really not your thing, that's fine. Maybe hit that like button though, it really helps us out. And if you have any comments, like questions or suggestions, or you just want to rag on us, then definitely leave that down below. Oh man, just watch the worst farm placement ever here. I really didn't think about where I was putting my buildings during the game. Alright.
Here they come. I get my wall up.
Ohé. Bûcheron.
So now that we're a bit quarter into feudal, this is usually when I start that
Bastisseur.
house barracks house I like to do. Obviously it's something everybody does, but well, I'm just kind of saying what I see.
Bastisseur. Prêt. Bastisseur. Bûcheron.
Is this a hole in my wall? So if I was to be doing fast castle more traditionally here, what I would do as soon as I hit castle is I would get 2 people to build a stable, as well as 1 person to build a blacksmith, and then I should be able to just click into castle age almost immediately, at which point I would also transfer some workers to be on gold so that I could have 6 people on gold. I would build a 2nd stable on the way to castle, and then I'd be able to sustain 2 stables, creating 1 knight each, basically until I have 8 knights. Well, basically until infinity, but 8 knights is pretty crucial. And yeah, there's that forward tower that I like to do. I take 2, sometimes 3 workers to build it, just in case, because like, I don't know, Felipe and I have been trying this matchup a lot, and so many times the computer will show up right as the towers started building, or maybe it's just before it's done building, or maybe I missed the spot where it needs to be. Because you really need to place it in the right spot that the computer will literally death march its way into this tower. Because they're dumb. They're just gonna trickle charge into your base. So if you can have that tower up, they're gonna rush it with either skirmishers or archers or a combination of the two, and they just won't stand a chance. So it'll give you that little bit of extra time to get on your feet to actually be ready to fight them. I think we get pretty lucky in this game though. I think the computer's definitely not doing as well as they usually do. As you can see on the right side, we're actually beating them in score. This never, well maybe not never, but this usually doesn't happen. We're not usually ahead of them in score by this point, and I'm not sure that it's because we're playing really that well. I'm watching the game. I can see that I'm missing worker queue. I can see that I'm just idling villagers.
Bûcheron.
Oh, one more sheep. I stole one of their sheep.
Nice. Not right this moment, but later in the game, because I've already seen the game, you'll definitely see villagers just hanging out doing nothing right in my face, and I won't even notice it. So this is actually strange at this point. They usually would have attacked us by now, and clearly they haven't, which is a little bit odd. I mean, they're not like completely off their pacing. We're expecting them to attack pretty soon here. Like I'm actually gonna start walling here a little bit, which honestly usually I don't wall at all against the computers. It's not that I don't think walls are useful, but if you can have a really predictable path that the computer's gonna take, the wall just isn't as important. And in this case, because my base is where it is, I can pretty much guarantee that the enemy is gonna come straight at me through the grass.
Fuck, I have so many gaps in this. I got such a terrible little spot with gaps everywhere.
Oh,
I
really?
think I closed them all off. Yeah, I think I closed them all off, so. But it was just terrible.
Bûcheron.
I don't even have a wall.
L'hiver. Thérax.
So, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by our past selves. I can pretty much guarantee that the enemy is going to run at me through the grass, and they're not going to go through the pit because anybody going through the pit is just going to be charging Felipe, just because of how our bases are positioned. I'm pretty sure he's going to have 2 people attacking him, and I'll only have 1 to deal with, so I'm pretty lucky here. They're being very slow on the attack.
Oh no, they're usually right on us. I'm ready for them. Go in the castle edge now. As soon as they go in castle edge, they're going to the middle.
Okay.
So you can go there first if you want. I just won't be there right.
I like to build a town center at home first.
In this map, I don't do that. But that's cool.
Alrighty. So, like I just said, usually I do like to build that that first TC in my own base. Well, that second TC, I should say, and the third could be in the pit, depending on if the computer is attacked already, or I might just build it in the same base. In this case, I will build it in my original base. Low on food, but at this point, it's not the end of the world. And a lot of that is because I don't like to go down into that golden pit until the computer has actually attacked us, just so I know what they look like, where their forces are. And basically after that first initial attack, the computer will pretty much go to sleep for a little bit. The reason for this is that the AI, at least I think this is what happens, the AI doesn't like to attack unless their eco is like at 100%. Like if they can really afford to attack, and they also really want their upgrades to be up to snuff. And until both of those conditions are met, it doesn't seem that the computer will attack you. What am I building?
Pastisseur. Okay.
Get Bodcanero.
Hey.
Once I get Bodcanero.
Pastisseur, bûcheron.
Oh, I made a gap. Shit. Right. There we go.
Okay, fait. OE.
So the computer backed up because the AI does this thing where it's always kind of calculating whether an attack is worth it or not. Like if it's going up against a tower, a castle, or a town center, it'll usually back off. So that's how that forward tower is really helpful. They will be back in a few minutes though, but it does just buy me that extra bit of time.
Coming.
I got so many crossbowmen.
Prêt. Bûcheron.
Oh man.
But they're all
Oui.
attacking me.
Libet.
Actually,
Bûcheron.
might need help. Thank you. Should be fine now.
Cafe.
So here I decide to build one more TC in the base right before heading into the middle to start mining all that gold. I probably did this because we were in the middle of a battle, but yeah, this group I sent out to the middle just because the battle's kind of dying down a bit and we can finally escort these villagers out to the middle.
Gate, so I can get out of here.
Keye. Oe. Oil. Pastisseur.
I need help. Young, oh shit, young coming. He's just in my base right now. Fuck. Where did he? Okay. Coming.
My keyboard always does this thing where it goes to Chinese mode. Yeah, I don't speak Chinese, but my partner does. So I have an option here on my computer, and I'm not actually. I could probably just make it change the hotkeys to go to Chinese mode, but I just never have. So here, yeah, that first initial push is kind of down. They should be pushing a little bit more before they go back into their nest for a while. So I'm pretty sure I take a dumb fight here. Yeah, there's a bunch of pikemen to come up. I just call them pikemen. I don't know that they're actually pikemen yet. I take a lot of dumb fights. Like I play the Franks. I like going knights and throwing axemen and trebs. And the computer is always going to counter that with just a ton of halberdiers later on. But I don't really care. I just keep doing that, and it generally seems to work against computers anyways, because Felipe goes like hardcore range, and so it kind of just ends up being a pretty balanced army at the end. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm not particularly fast clicking around the map, and I don't know all the hotkeys and stuff, so you can see that I'm being attacked at the front gate. But when you're playing an AI, or at least for me, like I've just learned to let fires kind of go.
Oh man, they're in my base.
I've just learned to let fires kind of burn around the map. You can only do one thing at a time anyways, right? And there's that hole in the wall that I mentioned earlier that I was almost certain they were going to walk through, and lo and behold, they have walked through it. So if this was a human player, I think I'd actually be in a lot more trouble because they'd be able to position properly. But the AI has all these weird little intricacies that you'll see when you play them. Like when a unit hits a villager or can kill a villager, it will do anything it can to chase that villager down. So you can actually start using villagers as bait against computers. Villagers are actually also pretty strong when they have looms, so they can actually just fight off most early attacks. They probably would have lost that fight there, but yeah. Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is computers are always gonna act a certain way, and once you play them enough, you can just kind of tell what they're gonna do in a fight. And not that it's easy though. Like insane computers are still really tough, no matter how you cut it. At least for me. I don't know about like actually good Age of Empires players, you know.
Yikes.
So we're slowly starting to enter the mid game here, which kind of means the computer's going to do one of two things. They're going to kind of slow down a little bit, just for a little bit. It seems like they want to click up to the next age. They're going to want to get more upgrades. So after these small attacks that they're doing now, they'll quiet down a little bit, get those upgrades, and also they're gonna make sure that their eco is ready, and then they'll attack. Like, they will not attack unless those conditions are met. And then you'll kind of start seeing how this plan unfolds kind of mid game when we start having these really big battles in the center of the pit there.
Hey, this home.
So now is kind of what you would call the crux of our plan here.
Yay!
We just basically build a ton of castles in the center, make sure we get all the gold, and the computer doesn't get access to that gold. So they should eventually just run out of that, which it takes them forever, honestly, to somehow run out of gold. I'm not sure what bonuses they get to resources, but it feels like they definitely have something.
Ay, spam. Chinese keyboard.
And I think the reason we actually lost so many times in our previous video is actually because typically what we would do is Felipe would take the middle and hold it with some castles, and then I would just immediately start attacking the closest computer to me. I would kind of like castle in their base and slowly push in. And by doing this, we would just split our forces too much. It would make it too hard to zip back and forth and help each other. But like this, we can kind of like set up a base of operations and then branch out. And because I do have those knights, I can always ride back to the middle, help out with any trebs, and then come straight back to the front lines.
Moved all of my housing or my town hall things to the wrong spots.
Now we are deep into what we usually call the calm before the storm. This is like that moment where the computer lets you feel like you're doing pretty good. You're like, oh, they're not attacking, we're building, we're ecoing up. But really what they're doing is they're just clicking up to Imperial, they're upgrading everything. If you notice an insane computer, whenever you're fighting them, their units are always upgraded max to whatever age they're currently at. They're not going to fight you without that. So we're already behind them eco-wise. As you can tell, the scores, like they're a bit ahead of us. But I think position-wise, we're ahead of them, right? The score doesn't quite tell the full story. So pretty soon the battle should be getting started here, and then I probably won't be able to do as much commentating because I think as soon as the fighting starts, we actually do talk more in the actual game. Like I said, I was just doing this commenting stuff because we don't really talk so much because we're like dialed in, focused right now. Like this is our limit. Like it might not look like we're multitasking that much, but I think for us this is really hard. So even just thinking about us, how we want to try 2v4 insane computers next, that'll be tough. Each of us, yeah, that'll be really tough. We'll have to find a way to keep them handicapped. Maybe we'll keep the map size the same. That way they'll have more heads but less land. You know what I mean? That might be the only way to do that. Man, I am a messy builder. Like sometimes I see people streaming, or not streaming, maybe I'll watch like a T90 or Spirit of the Law, and I always wonder if their games are sped up, because when people put farms in those games, they're so fast. And then when I put them down, it's like 1 farm, 2 farm, 3 farm. I'm like counting in my head to make sure I have the right amount. Oh, there we go. They've started. As you can see, yellow's coming down the side. And I think teal and green should join the party pretty soon here.
Scare me shooters.
I love how I'm just ignoring that Felipe's under attack. I pull my knights back. This is just mostly because I'm trying to get a critical mass of knights. I don't like throwing them in when they're just gonna die, and then I'll have to keep replacing them, you know?
I'll go escort your monk. Oh, his monk got it.
Can you send guys in the middle for now?
You sure? I could go harass right now.
Actually, yeah, go harass. I got it.
Hey.
Kefe, pastisseur,
Gonna build houses out here. Why not?
bûcheron,
So this is probably a really bad decision. Not the houses, that doesn't really matter here. It's kind of whatever. The fact that I've decided to go up to teal and start
We'll
harassing.
build more castles in the middle if we can.
The reason it's not that great is just, I think, against three computers, it's best if we stick together, at least until this middle is completely ours. And I just don't really do that much damage to teal, honestly. Yeah. I'm just not the best at microing or harassing stuff like this. I feel like early game, it's a lot easier to do this kind of stuff. Yeah, you get stuff like that when you harass a little late game, at least against the computer. They just let their army sit in the middle of their base. If it's not attacking, it's just sitting in their base. Pretty central too, so that they can respond to most harassment. The one thing though that computers do, and this is a lot more common if you're not going 2v3, like if you're going 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, the computer will mine across the map, so far across the map that they will mine in your actual base. And in that case, then harassment becomes easier, right? It's just that in this map right now, the computer is so cramped together that they don't really have that opportunity to mine across the map. Like, I'm pretty sure later on you're gonna watch them chop wood in Felipe's base and in my base. And I don't know, I just built a castle to kind of stop them just for fun.
Why did they chase so far for a guy that's not even front?
Okay. Just watch this brilliant harassment. Like, this is what I meant when I said I'm not the best at this. Like, I think clearly if I split my knights maybe into groups of 2 and just zip around their base really annoying, like, that would probably be more effective instead of just running in with that many knights. They just get stuck. They can't do anything, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think in games like this, I should just stick to the middle and just play with big army, big forces, instead of trying to multitask like this. I just kind of get into trouble.
Move! Ah, my Steam account is like, here are friends online. Thanks.
Like, it happens all the time. I'll be doing something maybe in my base, and then I'll look back to my harassment force, and they're surrounded by pikemen, and they're
The
dead.
catapults are killing me.
Oh, fun tip. If you ever want to build something with a worker like that that's farming, or, you know, whatever, if you actually build something with a farmer, like just one house, and then go back to farming, in the long run, you will have not lost any resources from leaving that farm, just by the way that farms generate food. Like, farms grow food at a maximum rate, as opposed to wood, where wood is constantly, like, there's always wood there. But a farm needs to grow the food for the villager to pick it up. So when the villager leaves the farm continues to grow food. So when he comes back, he actually just picks up the food a little faster. And then eventually it's like you never left the farm at all. Fun tip there. But I mean, that only really works if you're building like one house or something. It can't be 4 houses like I did earlier there.
What the heck? Why did my guys retreat? Right.
And now we are in the trickle phase, the death march phase that computer does here. This is why at the start of the game I was able to place that single tower in the path that I expected the enemy to take on their way to my base. Whereas like a human player would have just circumvented that and won the game, right? So this is exactly that. The computer is going to do this death march where it just constantly produces workers because it doesn't attack unless its eco is up to snuff, which it is now. So it's just constantly going to be sending the general counters to whatever units we have. And it won't stop until it starts losing resources, or maybe until it starts getting attacked in its actual base. Like, if you start taking away its production buildings or start taking away its villagers, it will replace those before continuing to attack. And this death march that they do, I guess it's a kind of a good and a bad thing. It's bad in that you will constantly be under attack until you can damage the eco enough, I mean. And it's also a good thing in that due to the trickling nature of the Death March, you can usually stage the battles in such a way that your forces are being used more efficiently. Obviously in this case we're fighting uphill, like, so they have that advantage, but they don't use that advantage. It's not like they sit on top of the hill and weed us out or something.
It's time for the paladins.
We're on that near the bottom.
Instead they just charge right into our castles, and then once they realize it's too much for them to take, they'll turn around. I see they're turning around right there, and then they're going to come back, and then they're going to turn around, and they're going to come back. And the AIs do this pretty much the whole time. I don't want to sound like they're easy though. The computers are not easy. You should try the 2v3 on your own and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's definitely not it's not a cakewalk, at least not for us.
Oui. Libère.
So right here you can see that I really want to build this castle, but I hold back because computers, like I said earlier, they have a fetish for villagers. As soon as they see my villagers building anything, it could be an inconsequential building, they will go through that castle to start messing with those villagers, and that's just how they are.
I hate when they're trying to convert you. You hear?
I know, right?
Jeez, I get it. I get it. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, relax, guys. We understand. Praise the Lord.
Oh shit, they're going hard on we gotta get those trebs at the top. You see them?
Yeah.
On my side.
So now we're at that stage where we're almost ready to break out. I think we're just waiting for me to get like 5 trebs or so, which I'm pretty sure I have now. And then I should start attacking one of the computers while Viva defends the middle. Because the computer's just gonna keep swarming this middle no matter what. They're not gonna think about it. They're just gonna, they're like Terminators. They will just walk straight into this middle.
Prêt. Pastisseur. 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 Bûcheron.
Café. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Cayenne. Pastisseur.
Okay. Oui. Libère.
So low on gold right now.
Minéo. Pastisseur.
Just can't mine it with so many of them around.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, alright. I have 5 trebs.
Alright, start pushing.
Or maybe... Oh, shoot, my guys are going up the hill. Defensive for stance. Defensive stance. I'll start trying to clear up the right side. They have a lot of production there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I won't make any treads right now. I'm just making I gotta get the longbowman, elite longbowman trains. So
Prêt. Libère. Oil. Libère. Pastisseur. Minéo.
elite longbowmen are really expensive. Oh shit, I lost my army. Fuck.
Huh?
I lost my army. There was a fucking just magging down. I didn't notice.
I don't know if you know this, but they've built into your base. It's chaos!
Oh god. I'm right beside yellow. It's so annoying. What am I gonna do? We're gonna just... Yeah, I'm out of it right now. I got nothing. If you can take out those guys there, I gotta rebuild my army. I got so many guys just idle inside the castle to defend.
So I actually do hear Felipe's request. I'm not just ignoring it. I just I was so focused on all this stuff to do that I
Okay.
had trouble responding. Which sounds odd saying it, but I will help him now that the castle's down. I'm pretty sure I help him out in a little bit here.
Okay, fait. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Click faster. Look how
Pastisseur,
slow I
pastisseur.
feel stuck.
Prêt. Minéo. Oui. Café, Verax, Livet, Verax, Pastisor, Pastisor.
I'm putting it into yellow.
So here I'm doing one of my favorite things, casting in my enemy face. I do this against players just as much as computers, but against computers it's way stronger because they'll just death march into this thing and it'll help me recuperate if I'm ever down. Like I'll be able to hold this guy now even if I just have like 6 knights and 6
keep killing villagers.
axe throwers. I should be able to defend that position if I ever really need it.
Shit.
What?
Wait, no, you keep doing your thing. It's just.
Oui,
Hell,
Pastisor.
Those Mega Nails are tough on me, man. But I'll be tough enough. Just gotta get more castles because they do the. Gotta get my 12 range bows going though. I'm gonna have those soon.
Café, Pastisor.
Oh, it's working! It's working! Felipe, this is the one.
The one?
This is the
Oh,
one.
shit. Hey, can you send horses, a little bit of horses here for the tread?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I can only hold defensive positions. Thank you.
And maybe this is the second crux of our plan, because on Franks, I think I mentioned this earlier, because on Franks I have like tons of pallies here. So it allows me to keep these axe throwers by my trebs to keep pushing, and every now and then swing by to the middle with the pallies really quickly to clear out any trebs and stuff like that that are tough for Felipe's Arbalists to really deal with. And then once they're cleared up, I come right back to the front and keep pushing really hard.
Oh my god, look at all those mangonels. Jake, bring him down! Bring him down! I outraged him right now. This is perfect. Yes.
Oh, epic battle.
Yeah.
This might be the one where we do it. I feel like I've been so focused, my commentating has been poor.
Yeah, no, me too. Shit.
Alright, yellow's really hurting.
I need some help again with some horsies right here.
Yeah.
Support. Castle's gonna go down.
Should I? Sometimes I feel like I should do the thing that heals guys inside of castles faster.
So Felipe is being a hero now. He's essentially going against 2 computers. He does have the help of, I don't know what, that's got to be like 8 castles. But still, he is fighting against 2 computers that are constantly going to be death marching him, like, and they'll be death marching him for the rest of the game until I can get to their bases. Yellow is obviously stopped because he's got bigger fish to fry now, but yeah, he's definitely not easy what he's doing. Like, look at the map here. You can just see them trickling in. They don't stop.
Alright, I think once this guy's cleared up,
Can win this. I need that stone really bad. In fact, it keeps sending mangonels. If you could take out green with the super mangonels, I'd be so happy. Because I'm not have control.
I can't leave yellow alone or he'll get up.
I know.
So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, go. I'm in. I just basically bullshitting there.
Mostly what we mean here is that Felipe and I have already gone 2-on-2 against extreme AIs, and it's gotten to the point that it's just stupid easy now. So we mean that, yeah, if we can take this one guy down, it's over. It'll be a long battle still because we gotta fully kill them until they resign. But yeah, it'll be pretty much guaranteed that we'll win. So I'm pretty sure even at this point you could just say that we're gonna win.
Stop converting my guys, you monsters!
Que fait? Prêt à la bataille.
I have a feeling yellow's got a huge base over here.
They're not really sending much right. Oh, I think they do. No, but he hasn't attacked me. I was able to wall it off. Green has not been able to do as many mangonels.
Nice.
I think he's getting spent in gold. They're really expensive.
We have them now.
Our first catch of the day.
Mineo, Bastisto.
Mine the stone. Mine the stone. I need to build another.
So hitting an AI's production buildings is actually almost as good as hitting their eco. I mean, I feel like I'm saying this a little late into this attack on Yellow's base since he's pretty much dead now, but
Just killing so many freaking dudes.
So much senseless killing. You got that locked down. Oh no. Oh, nothing. Mangonel is shooting my forward castle.
Okay, I'll stay there. Protecting. Oh man, they're sending so many guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
How to scout this out? Do they have in this little patch?
I don't have a single trading card yet. I actually start looking into that pretty soon.
I don't have the.
Just because
I
we're
don't
gonna
have
start.
the food for
We're
it.
gonna.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna
Okay, fair.
get ready for it just in case. I haven't built it yet, but I will.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, castle's almost up, and then I can divert my attention.
oh yeah, leave it. Oh yeah,
Oh man, he killed so many.
oh yeah.
so usually by this point the yellow computer should have surrendered because I'm not sure that he has any town centers left. And that's usually the key to getting a computer to surrender. So it means that they must have some amount of resources and some villagers still left. They're probably in that far right corner. So here I started building watchtowers. I probably should have just built guard towers, honestly, because I had the money for it. But yeah, I started building watchtowers to make sure that they don't backtrack and build, because computers will try and do that.
Yeah, they're done. It's just gonna be a slow cleanup now.
Yeah.
oh yeah, leave it.
Just building outposts in random areas to make sure they don't do anything funny. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do leave some markets kicking around. Besides just this being plain laziness, actually there is a purpose for it. Computers are going to continue to build trade cards for those markets. Like, they love markets. They build so many of them, and they're obviously going to try and go for the furthest one. So by keeping those markets up, it means teal and green are going to continue to try sending cards there, which means that I'll kill them with the army that's attacking, which means that they'll spend even more money rebuilding those trade cards.
Start going preps.
What Felipe just said means that he's probably at a point where he's ready to finally start pushing out. Keep in mind that he has been facing two computers this whole time, two insane computers, so Yeah, just holding on is enough work, I think. So, but yeah, and now that yellow's down, he's gonna start pushing out because we should be able to clean this up. But you know, stick around because you never know what happens.
Que fait? Libère. Que fait?
Die.
Prêt. Cueilleur. Azot. Bonne joie.
Don't let them escape.
Prêt. Da.
Not a single one can survive.
So as you can see, Green keeps trying to sneak villagers past my army because there's just some like leftover stone or gold ores over there that they really want, and they're not gonna stop until they get it. And I can't let them through because it means that they might build TCs behind me. Even though I do have the watchtowers, but still, I don't wanna backtrack too much, you know.
Why not? Start upgrading stuff.
Oh no, I've been doing that now.
I heard somewhere that 130 workers is actually optimal, like to just keep pumping out military. Is that true? Maybe comment down below if you know the actual answer to that. I think this game I was mostly between 110 and 120 depending at the time, which to me felt pretty good. Especially because we're going against 3 computers, so I felt like I get a little bit of extra military. And those castles would help us not lose units as much, you know. But something that AI does that I always thought was kind of crazy is, and I don't know if players do this, but they would actually just pump out eco so hard that sometimes if you look at the stats, an AI, even an extreme AI, will have 160 villagers at their peak. Which to me just sounds detrimental, really. Like, you can only have an army of 40? That's insane. So, sometimes computers will shoot themselves in the foot like that, I think. I mean, obviously, with an eco like that, it's what lets them have that infinite death march that never ends. So, obviously, it has its ups and downs.
Man, fortified walls look so badass. I love it.
Effet, vilain, bûcheron.
Cueilleur.
So, yellow hasn't surrendered yet, eh?
Assistant. Prêt. À la bataille. Cueilleur. Prêt.
Man, look at this map. I can't believe yellow hasn't resigned yet. And look at that score. Like, I don't know what they're holding on to at this point.
Que fait? Oh yeah.
Go the monastery. Down with religion.
I got down.
Que fait? Relax. Assistant. Prêt. Libère. Prêt. Da. Que fait? Bonne joie.
Yeah.
Cueilleur. Prêt. Cueilleur. Que fait? Prêt. Que fait?
Theo just keeps sending crap at me.
Cueilleur.
Keep messing up my control groups.
Que fait?
It's down. Where are those relics?
Cueilleur. Prêt.
Wait, did he steal them from... Oh, right here. Oh, there they are.
Prêt. C'est libéré. Assistant.
Oh, doing the sweep.
Cueilleur. Que fait? Libère. 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 Que fait?
Oh yeah,
Certes,
l'hiver,
certes,
oh yeah, l'hiver,
certes.
oh yeah.
Cueilleur, da.
Kate. Pastisor, prêt. Ohé, pastisor.
Cueilleur. Bûcheron. Ohé. Certes. L'hiver. Pastisor.
Prêt, l'hiver.
Certes.
Ay, Yellow. What he's a survivor. Gotta give it to him.
Teal is actually pretty strong right now.
Que
Yeah.
fait?
Strong? Yellow? Oh, you mean teal?
Teal, yeah. I may need a little bit of help with Teal.
Prêt.
Que fait?
Oh yeah,
Typical.
l'hiver.
The alpacas are stronger in packs.
Yeah, they're on us really hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
L'hiver.
à la bataille.
I don't think we're gonna die, but I mean, it'd be a lot easier if you can just bring a couple horses here. Kill them.
Fait. Relax.
Teal's the only really guy left that has any power. Green's basically
Well,
dead.
that's if we leave them alone. Yellow's not even hasn't surrendered yet, which is odd for a computer. He doesn't have any.
Now, where
TC
is he?
I'm building. Like I'm actually building.
Ohé?
Oh, that bitch! He stole.
Certes, l'hiver. Oh yeah.
He took back his own relic. So how dare he?
À la
Certes,
bataille.
l'hiver. Que fait?
Certes,
L'hiver.
certes.
Cueilleur. Que fait?
Oh yeah,
L'hiver.
certes.
Bonne joie.
No.
À la bataille. Cueilleur. Que fait?
Assault.
Cueilleur. Prêt. Cueilleur. Bonne joie.
Damn! I lost the treb.
Prêt.
Assault à la bataille.
Que fait? Da. Prêt.
I didn't even notice.
Que fait? Cueilleur.
Oh yeah,
Certes.
prêt. Oh
L'hiver.
yeah, certes. Oh yeah, oh
L'hiver.
yeah.
Bonne joie.
I got a whole bunch of these champions I didn't even notice I had.
Oh really?
Yeah,
There, they'll be the key.
Cueilleur. Que fait? Prêt. Que fait?
yeah, they just demolished building.
Cueilleur. Que fait? Prêt.
L'hiver.
L'hiver.
Oh, get away from that. That's a cancel.
Que fait? Cueilleur. Prêt. Cueilleur. Bastisso. Bastisso. Bastisso.
I'm just gonna be a real piece of work and put guard towers everywhere.
Que fait? Cueilleur.
À la bataille.
Set of outposts.
Cueilleur. Que fait? Prêt.
Oh yeah.
L'hiver.
Que fait?
Da.
I don't know how many units Tio just keeps sending to the grind.
Cueilleur. Prêt.
Oh yeah.
L'hiver.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe his buddies are giving him money.
Like, he's just non-stop
Cueilleur.
Oh yeah.
L'hiver.
production.
Que fait?
Assault.
Oh, there goes Yellow, finally.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Prêt. Que fait? Cueilleur.
Oh yeah. À la
L'hiver.
bataille.
Que fait? Cueilleur. Bonne joie.
Oh yeah, certes. À la bataille.
Prêt. L'hiver.
Oh yeah.
L'hiver.
Oh yeah.
Field
Oh yeah.
diversion.
L'hiver. Payeur. Bonjour. Perfect. Payeur. Oh yeah.
Alright.
Certes.
Oh, he's fucking...
Oye.
Look at this guy.
Livré. Verax.
This will not do.
Assisto. Bûcheron.
Que fait? Vestissant.
You have 2 trebs in the middle area.
Prêt.
Kay?
Oye. Assisto.
Prêt. Livet. Se fait. Oh yeah. Certes.
Na, 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 na.
Que fait?
Prêt. Se fait. Livet. Certes. Payeur. Prêt.
Yay!
Se fait.
Assaut.
Just Teal.
Wait, Teal quit. Teal quit before...
No, Teal hasn't quit yet.
Oh,
Keye.
Green
Certes.
quit, I see.
Livré. Oye. Certes.
Finally, I've
Verax.
stolen their relics. He shall retire quickly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Certes. Livet.
There he goes.
Se fait. Payeur.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, indeed. That's what they get for making me mad.
Did they make you upset?
No, not really. It's just Teal's super annoying. Just in the defensive the entire time when you're having fun killing buildings. I'm like, ah!
Se fait.
À la
But it
bataille.
had to be done.
Assaut.
This is the way.
Bonjour.
Assaut. À la bataille.
These buildings are so cool. They're monasteries.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that too. They almost look like Wonder.
Payeur.
No wonder they're so strong.
Se fait. Prêt. Se fait. Da.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th? What's there? There he is.
Payeur.
Bonjour. Oh yeah.
Certes.
Bonjour. À la bataille.
Oh, fancy meeting you here, Felipe. I just did a trip around the map.
Oh, 10 castles.
Nice.
Oye. Assisto.
Yay!
You see the entire map.
Wow, they really didn't quit until they had nothing left.
Like, I know, right?
Like, look at this. Look at this barren. Look at the right side. I don't know why. Why they
why did
stuck
Yellow
around.
not
I
quit?
cleared it out.
The computer's like, this can't be. He can't beat us.
There's 3 of us. Well, I think there's a video of Spirit of the Law going against 3 insane computers alone. So we gotta clearly we gotta step it up to 2v4 next. That's the next step. The next logical step.
I mean, I only think I don't even think we can repeat this very often. We got a little lucky. They didn't attack us, though.
They didn't attack us that early, but they did attack us event. Like, they were in my base.
Yeah. And then I did have that little freak out moment where Yellow was right beside me, so I had to wall up.
Yeah.
Again.
Luckily, because he's a computer, he just was like, "Oh, look, wood." But
and then I put a castle there for defensive purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did we do?
Yeah, you had a lot of
Yeah,
castles in the middle. Holy moly.
Defense. That's how I kept us alive because we were still mining gold by the end of it. Our stone was gone, but gold was
Yeah.
still. We still have 2 big deposits of gold we're mining, and then the one there in the middle that obviously never got built. But
Alright, I want to see
Yeah.
these stats.
that's. You got number
Oh.
1. I mean, you destroyed buildings.
Yeah, you got 1,783 kills. I don't really believe these numbers anymore. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you start the game, it's like, here, 10 kills. What?
Yeah. Hey, I didn't lose a single building. I mean, you only lost 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Villager high mine was only 123, but it makes sense. It was pretty,
Yeah.
don't really need more.
No trade profit for us.
No, you didn't trade at all.
I had 3 relics at the end, so that was great.
Nice.
Yeah, even
I
just
don't-
looking at Yellow's like timeline.
I don't even know how you got better economy over me. I guess it's just because your food is a lot.
I had like 3 plus 2 mills or 3 mills full of
But
farms.
did you ever run out of food though? Like I didn't have any problems with food. I didn't need that much. Food
Knights
'cause I
cost a
don't-
lot of food though.
Oh, okay. See, I don't really need food because longbowmen only cost golden wood.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, I did make champions and stuff from time to time, but really, if I was playing a defensive mode, like even trebs are just golden wood, so
Hmm.
I was playing very defensive in the middle. So they didn't really go food units. The only food I ever spent was on upgrades or villagers.
All right. Well, that's it for this video. As you can see, the Alpaca brothers were successful. You can join the Alpaca Revolution too. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, maybe comment below, tell us what you guys want to see more of. We're not really like an Age of Empires channel. We just love the game. And I guess next we'll try 2v4. I apologize for not having better banter. I feel like we were locked in focus. This was our limit. 2v4 is
Yeah.
gonna be a stretch.
Or I suspect we're just gonna die feudal age.
I think it's
capital?
possible 2v4. All right. Catch you guys next time.
This is Felipe signing off.